back to the One Wellness online hub. I'm going to take you through a short plank inspired workout, so a few plank variations that you can do from home just on a mat or on a carpet with a towel. First of all, before you want to put any weight through the wrist, you want to warm them up nice and successfully. So you're going to take the hands down to the mat and just come into all fours position, so tabletop, and just spread the hands nice and wide. So spread into the fingers, grip into the fingertips, and just start to move in a circular way around the wrists. Change direction. And then taking the fingertips to the outer edges of your mat, just start to move left to right. So you get a bit more of a 90-degree stretch through each wrist. Then you can bring the fingertips in towards the body, so in towards the knees, and just place the hands down and just start to move forwards and back. And then a counter stretch for your wrists after you spend a lot of time with them in that flexion is you can bring both of the hands together, the back of the hands, and just press them lightly together and just roll them out. If you want to, you can bring the back of the hands down towards the mat and just gently apply a bit of pressure, and it just acts as a counter stretch for your wrists. So if they ever feel a little bit sore, you can bring it into this stretch. Okay, so after we've warmed up our wrists, we're going to start with plank walkouts. So coming to a standing position on your mat. Okay, so starting from standing, you're going to hinge forward from the hips, bring the hands down, and start to place the hands flat on the mat as you walk them out. Come into a plank position with your shoulders over your wrists, and then start to walk them back in, keeping your legs as straight as you can, and then rolling up through the spine. One option here as well is once you get to your plank, you can start to walk the toes in towards the hands and then back out again. Coming to your plank and then your hands walk in. Let's repeat that for 5. Alright, so your next one is plank shoulder taps. So come into your plank position with your shoulders over your wrists and high up onto your back toes. Start to shift your weight between one arm to the other, and slowly and controlled bring the hand to touch the shoulder, the alternate shoulder. Make sure that your hips have a minimal twist as you move. And if that's a little bit too hard, you can do it from your knees and just control through the core. So you're just building that stability and strength through one shoulder at a time. I'm going to work on these for 40 seconds. And then if you want to, between each plank variation, you can drop the knees down and sit back into child's pose and rest your wrists. Spend as much time here as you need to. Okay, your next move in this sequence is going to be your Commandos, also known as plank up downs. So we're going to do transitions between our low plank to our high plank, building strength in the shoulders. So go ahead and start from a low plank position, tucking your toes under, so your hips are level with your shoulders. We're then going to press up, so bringing your left hand underneath your left shoulder, pressing up and placing your right hand down, you come into your high plank. Heading back down, so back onto the right shoulder and then down to the left, and then repeat. And you want to alternate your get-ups between your left side and your right side, one at a time. Your next move here is going to be your plank to downward dog and toe taps. So alternate hand to toe taps, working your core and keeping your shoulders nice and strong. So from your high plank position, you're going to hinge up from the hips and then send your left hand through to your right toes, tap for 1, and then right hand through to left toes, tap for 2. And continue alternate hands for 40 seconds. And then for your next one, hinge forward into your high plank, coming into your mountain climbers. So we're going to do these nice and slow and controlled. So bring in your left knee in towards your left elbow and then drive it back. Right knee to right elbow and drive it back. Repeat. Finish off coming into your static plank hold. Optional to go into your high plank onto your wrists, or especially if your wrists are feeling quite tired after all of those variations, come into your forearm plank. I'll show both. So here in your forearm plank, make sure your shoulders are over your elbows and your hips are level with your shoulders, so not sticking up too high or dipping too low. Try to gaze neutrally just in front of your hands, and this stops the spine from rounding upwards. If you're in your high plank, get your shoulders over your wrists and keep your core really nice and strong, high up on your back toes. And then hinge it back and rest it down into child's pose. Well done.